So the film starts and we see that a mother was telling the story to a kid, and the name of that kid is Fifi. Her mother was telling her that science has achieved a lot of success and science can tell us everything. That what is the distance between the moon and the earth? This means how far is the earth from the moon. She also tells her about the goddess of the moon. Her father was also sitting here. He asked her that, can I tell you science about the moon? He asked her that. She says, no father, I want to hear the story from mother. She says, start saying to her mother that her mother tells me a story about the goddess of the moon. Then her mother tells her the story. She tells her that when goddess was a normal girl, she fell in love with a boy. But then she drank a magic liquid. This means she drank something from which she became immortal. She went to the moon for always and now she lives there. There she waited for person whom she loved. Now to accompany that goddess, a rabbit also lives with her on the moon. Because the person whom she loved died on the earth, when the weeps her tears change into stardust. Then they were looking at the moon. Fifi asks her father that you think it is real? That mother is telling this goddess story is real or not? Her father says that daughter, if your mother is telling you so it will be true. Her mother says to her to look at the moon and ask her that you are seeing rabbit? Then they start laughing. Then we see that Fifi was praying while putting the rabbit balloon on the stick. She goes to her parents. Her mother says to her that, will you help me today in making mooncakes? Fifi family is special in making mooncakes. Now Fifi also learn how to make cakes from her parents. Then we see that Fifi has grown older while making mooncakes. This means the time has passed while playing. Now she tells the moon cakes with her mother, but suddenly her mother becomes sick. Before dying, she gives a rabbit to her daughter. Then 4 years have passed. Fifi was sharing mooncake with her mother's picture. Now the moon festival arrives. Fifi sells a lot of mooncakes with her father. She also delivers them. All were purchasing mooncakes from her. It seemed like her mooncakes are famous. Fifi returns her home. She sees her father's friend with him and becomes sad. There was the son of her father's friend and Fifi doesn't like him. When Fifi was putting lights by her father for the moon festival, her father says to her that she should talk to aunt. She is a nice lady. Means the friend of her father. Fifi says that father, we don't need anyone. We are enough for each other. Fifi doesn't want her father to marry any other girl because she misses her mother. Because she misses her mother, her father wants to talk to her. Meanwhile, that lady comes. This means the friends of her father. She has bought crepes for Fifi because those were her favorite. Then they all sit at the dinner table. Fifi picks her rabbit from her chair because her mother said that no rabbit on the table. They start talking at the dinner table. When Fifi sees her father is getting frank with that lady, Fifi doesn't like this. That lady also starts talking with Fifi. She says that your father told me that you are fond of meeting goddess. From here they start talking about the goddess of the moon. They all say that it is a silly story, but Fifi thinks that it's true. She asks her father that, do you also feel like this? Her father keeps quiet. Fifi remembers the old time when her father said her mother is telling the true story. But now he was quiet. Fifi becomes sad. She was about to leave the dining table and comes inside. Meanwhile, the son of that lady tells her that my mother and your father are getting married very soon. Fifi starts weeping while coming to her room. She says that I wish everything become like before. She thinks that her father is changed. He not believing in goddess. She says maybe my father will again believe in that goddess. Maybe he will not do the second marriage. She looks at the mom from her room and returns to her rabbit. Then she starts missing her mother while looking at the moon because she was feeling that her father has forgotten her mother. She thinks that how can I prove to father that the goddess is still on the moon and still waiting for the person whom she loved. Because the moon is 3 million kilometers far away from here. She thinks that can I go to moon while making a rocket so that I can meet the goddess and I'll prove that it is true. Then she researched more many days and planned to make a rocket. Fifi ordered many things and she does the experiment on the rocket. But no rocket could reach the moon. Then she prepares a rocket of a rabbit shape. She sits in it with her rabbit to go to the moon. When she starts the rocket plan moves slower than a snail, but it was moving. Slowly it moves speedily. Now Fifi was near the moon, but when suddenly the rocket fuels finish, they start falling back. Then she listened to the voice of her father's friend son. She says to him that you are also here. I didn't calculate your weight. The rocket plan was moving downside, then suddenly a light beam comes and the rocket again start traveling upward. Maybe it was the attraction light of the moon. Then some aliens attack their rocket. The rocket starts revolving, but finally it lands on the moon. Then the aliens take Fifi and that lady's son to beautiful castle while flying them. Then the talking moon cakes arrive there. This means the moon cakes which can talk. They welcome them. They take them to the party. That goddess was singing a song at the party. That the rabbit was also there. Fifi and that kid enjoyed it a lot. Fifi hugs that moon goddess. This means she turns her arms around her. Goddess asks her that what gift she bought for me. But Fifi actually didn't bring any gift. She says that I want to take a picture with you to prove my father. She takes a picture with her. She says that you can get this picture, but there is a condition. The condition is to search and bring a gift for me. Now to search for a gift, Fifi goes on a ride with the moon chickens. That lady's son tried to take the picture and he imprisoned in space. This means he wants to take picture without a gift. The goddess becomes sad that she could not meet the person whom she liked. There on the road on the moon, it starts raining. Fifi faces difficulty because of it, but at last she lands on the other side of the moon. She finds a goddess doll from the rocket ship that was given by her mother. The chicken snatched it from her. Because whoever will give a gift to goddess, she will fulfill her wish. Fifi left alone there. On the other side, the rabbit was preparing that magic liquid. That liquid which the goddess needs. That was goddess rabbits. Fifi finds a dog. She rides on it and follows those chickens. The chickens run while snatching her gift. While going forward, she snatched her doll from those chickens. The chicken again follow her, and while snatching the doll tear, while being sad, Fifi sit down because she feel like this gift would stop her father to marry again. When Fifi feels hungry, she start eating the moon cakes. She find a broken piece of rocket from them that can connect with everything on the moon. She understands that it is a gift. She immediately runs to give it to the goddess. After having that piece, the goddess becomes happy. While joining her piece and the other piece of the rocket, she throws that magic liquid on it so that the person whom she loved can come back. Then the scene turns green. The goddess becomes young. The person whom she liked come back. They meet. But then her lover says that you have to control yourself because I can't come again. You have to move on. Saying this, he leaves from there. Goddess becomes sad. And the darkness appears that side to take her. Fifi step into space. Her friends were seeing her from outside. They feel that Fifi is stuck there, means she is entrapped there. Now that goddess says to Fifi to move on, otherwise you will stay alone like me. And listen, if you miss your mother, so remember, always she is with you. She didn't leave you. Now that lady's son was worried about Fifi. He crosses that barrier. He says to Fifi that leave it. We should go home now. Fifi also says to that goddess that whom you liked he had gone. But his spirit is with you. That's why don't become sad. You are wonderful. All moon creatures come to hug and love goddess. And the place again become bright. Fifi says bye to that dog. She leaves her rabbit there because it becomes the friends of the rabbit of goddess. Moon goddess gives that picture to Fifi. That she clicks with them. To return back, Fifi sits on those aliens with that lady's son. The picture burns and Fifi blows it away. Because she learned that we should accept things and grow up. If someone doesn't believe you, leave that person with her thinking. She returns home. Her father again get married. Then in the last scene, we see that Fifi and that lady's son were playing. This means now they are also become friends. In the end, we are shown that the preparation of the moon festival were going on and everyone was making dinner. Then they all have dinner together and were looking happy. Fifi was also having dinner with her new mother and father with her parents. Then Fifi sees the full moon with her father. When she sees the crane flying, she feels the goddess is here to meet her. Then those cranes fly toward the moon. And here is this movie end. Thank you for watching this movie explanation.